Today we're visiting John and Cook's Barbecue Restaurant at 1310 Southwest 21st Street. Founded in 1936, John and Cook's is 86 years old, the oldest restaurant in the city. Faithful customers have been coming to this restaurant for many generations. And why not? The barbecue is the best in Southwest Oklahoma, and the atmosphere is warm and inviting. There's a really good feeling about this place. John Weathers and Lamar Cook, John and Cook, started this family business. The pictures on the wall pay tribute to the generations of their family who have ensured that the taste and the quality is consistently outstanding. After all, it represents the love and commitment of their family. Lonzo Gaines grew up in the business and runs the restaurant today. Lonzo is committed to treating everyone who comes in the door like family. He makes people feel cared for. His wonderful barbecue goes a long way to ensuring that everyone leaves his establishment feeling better. John and Cook's has a wide range of choices on the menu. Mayor Booker enjoyed brisket and hot wings. Jonathan had a loaded potato. I had pulled pork, potato salad, baked beans, and coleslaw. As always, the food was delicious. Alonzo shared with us that the sauces on the table are all homemade, created by the family. Their oldest sauce was created by John Weathers, the founder, and is called Old John. Alonzo's grandpa named one of the sauces after his wife, Alonzo's grandma, and it is called Shug, short for sugar, because this sauce captured her fire. Alonzo created his own sauce. Took him 3 years to perfect. He named it after his granddaughter, Lena, because this sauce, like his granddaughter, is sweet and sassy.
Hot and sassy.
John and Cook's can prepare takeout or even cater an event. Group events are welcome as well. Alonzo shared that when military units have an event there, they always say a prayer before the meal, praying for safety and blessings for the soldiers. This act of patriotism represents a lot of love. Good morning, and thank you all for joining us for this episode of Top of the Morning, TOTM. We're here today with Lonzo Gaines, the proprietor of John and Cook's Real Pit Barbecue. We're at 1310 Southwest 21st Street. Hey, thank you so much for making time to sit down and visit with us. Yeah, I shared with you earlier, your restaurant has a great reputation. I've eaten here many times. The food is always wonderful. So when they said, hey, we haven't done a show at John and Cook's, my first thought was barbecue. Get to go visit and eat some great food and to learn about the family. You and I visited a little bit earlier on, and what a treat your story is. I mean, I did not realize this is maybe the oldest restaurant in Lawton, Fort Sill, Oklahoma.
I think so. I'm not for sure, but I heard there's some other families that have restaurants also too, but I'm not for sure.
Yeah, so on the wall here we have a picture of John Weathers,
which is the founder of John and Cook's Barbecue. That's my great uncle. He started this business in the early 1930s.
Yeah, you were telling me you think 1932.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes you in the running for sure.
There you go.
For the oldest restaurant. And up here, this is his sister and her husband Lamar Cook.
Yes, sir.
So this is John and Cook, and that was 1936.
Yes, that's when it was established as John and Cook's Barbecue in 1936.
Yeah. So that's the legacy we're visiting today.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So please tell me about yourself. And where you are in the family and how you got into the restaurant.
Well, I've been doing this most of my life, off and on, between my grandparents, my uncles, and my mom. We used to have a store off Hunter Road in Cash Road back in '79. But during that time, things were a little slow, so it didn't really work out. But as time went by, and family members started getting older, and they didn't want to keep running the business, I'm fourth generation, so I said, hey, you know what? We can't let this go right now. And I took it over. I took it over in 2005. and I've been running it ever since then. And it's really important to me that whenever a customer comes in that door, no matter who it is, they get the same service that they would get with my grandparents this year. Because everybody knew my grandparents, and they always treated everybody with kindness and respect. And that's the main thing for me. You know, if you come in here, you're going to get treated well, and you're going to get a good meal. And the one thing you can say is that the meal is going to be consistent. You know, you don't have to worry about a bad meal coming from John and Cooks.
That's a wonderful story. It really is. Well, your restaurant and your family, you've been a blessing to this community. I'm sure you know that. You know, people speak very highly of the restaurant and of your family. What you just said says so much about the family. You know, your commitment to not let this legacy go away, and your commitment to treating people well and giving them a good meal.
It's a hard job. My thing is though, when customers come in, young and old, I just try to give them a good meal, encourage them to continue to keep striving, and you know, in that return, I feel like I did my job for that day. I have several customers that came in here from the 60s that have got married, let alone have just had family reunions, or let alone met their girlfriend or boyfriends here. And had a few of them proposed.
So you've got customers been coming here 50, 60 years.
Yes.
That's a nice tribute to a restaurant, for sure.
You know, right now, I'm watching young ladies that have worked for me, have grown up, they're having children, and they're having kids, and they come back and bring their kids and their family, and you know, it's a beautiful thing, and it's just like a big family. That's all that John and Cooks really is. And for me, it fills me up. It's a heartwarming and everything else, but I'll tell you, you can't get it any better when you see a customer with a smile on their face after they had a good meal.
Well, you're wearing the pin, so I know you love Lawton.
Yes, I do.
And it's apparent in the way you take care of your customers. You make everybody feel like family.
I try.
And thank you so much for that. That's a wonderful gift. It really is. Now, I can't help but notice that on the wall you have pictures of a number of family members. It looks like a number of them have passed, that you have tributes, and I think that's such a really warm that they worked at the restaurant, they were part of this family.
Yes.
And you keep their pictures up so everybody knows they're still part of this.
Yes, they are. Their memories will never go away. Because without them, it would never have been a John and Cooks. And you know, I pay homage to every one of these family members that have passed away or gone away, because that's important to my family. And I'm fourth generation, and I'm trying to get this legacy to continue. And the only way I can do that is by trying to be the best person I can be, and make sure that when the customer comes in here, I don't care young or old, that we give them some type of reason to want to come back, let alone give them inspiration and hope for the future.
Be the best person you can be. That's a wonderful thing to say. We should all get up every day striving to do just that, to be the best person we can be. So, Mr. Mayor, you've been in this city a long time. How long you been coming to
I
John
can't
Cooks?
remember when I didn't come. It's a great institution here, and I'm going to tell you what's been a treat for me today was not just the meal, though I loved it, was hearing the stories that we've heard, but you also get to hear Lonzo's heart. You know, it's important to him that he encourages people, and you know how I feel about that. But every time he comes in here, and I got to visit with him a little bit before, so I'm excited. The family connection is so important, and I'm just 99% sure he is the oldest restaurant in town, and I'm just excited about that.
Thank you, Mayor. I didn't know. I thought somebody else was the oldest. I really did, but you know, it's just a blessing. It's a blessing to continue to keep this going, because this is a hard business, believe it or not. And the way things are nowadays, you know, what can we say? The only thing we can say is that, you know, if you want a good meal, if you want some good barbecue, come to Lawton, Oklahoma, to John and Cooks Barbecue.
Amen. Ooh.
You know,
And our audience just heard that from you. So,
Right,
so
thank
that's
you.
that's a wonderful thing. Yeah, the oldest restaurant in Lawton, Fort Sill, wonderful barbecue. Talk to us a little bit about your menu, the foods that you have.
Our menu consists of beef brisket, pulled pork, spare ribs. We have loaded potatoes. We have hot links, rib tips, and Fridays and Saturdays we have sell chicken, which is a half a chicken, and very good, nice and meaty too. And we have our sides are beans, potato salad, coleslaw. A lot of people like to come in and get our potato salad because they say it tastes so good, tastes like their mom's. But we also have mac and cheese, green beans, and coleslaw.
I've had almost all of that, I think, across time. And it is all very good. And I had that potato salad today.
Yes, sir.
And it is really good. The meal comes with 2 sides. I always get 3 because I can't stand not to have more.
I understand, I understand, yes.
You know, because I think about, well, those baked beans would work great with a potato salad. Yeah, that's going to need some coleslaw,
There
you know?
go. Yes, sir.
I usually try to stop myself at 3, though. It's like, you know.
Well, I tell you what, whenever you come in, and I know that you're here, I'm going to make sure you get those 3.
All right. I certainly do appreciate that. Now, do you all do catering also?
Yes, we do. We used to do catering for big gatherings and go out to those
Yeah.
things and do it.
Yeah.
But because ever since the pandemic
Oh,
hit,
yeah.
things have kind of slowed things down. But if we need to, we can do it.
And what about group events here?
I have a lot of soldiers that come in, and you can see up on the wall there where they come in, have sat down and ate, or they come here and they do their commencements as far as some officers getting promoted or so they're moving on and stuff like that. One of the things that I have mostly for when the soldiers come in, especially for the new recruits, we say a blessing to them. And that blessing is from the heart, from my family. We've been saying that for years. And we really do mean that. And that is, wherever you go in your travels, may God watch you, guide you, and bless you, and get you safely back home to your family and your country. Because without your service, we couldn't live the way we live in this country.
And you say your family has been doing that for generations,
Yes.
saying that essentially a prayer
Yes.
over the soldiers.
Yes. On Facebook, I get a lot of soldiers that on Facebook where their family commends just
Yeah.
the barbecue business alone, John and Cooks alone, for just blessing their sons and daughters to get back to the United States safely.
Yeah, how patriotic is that, you know?
Man.
Yeah, that's just a wonderful tribute. And again, it says so many positive things about you and your family. You know,
sir.
it's just the blessing that you are to this community. So we certainly appreciate everything that you've given to the community, and we hope that you know that the community appreciates you.
I know that.
You know?
And I appreciate that.
You know, because and the mayor can speak to this too. When you ask people about John and Cooks, you know, always, oh yeah, if you love barbecue, you got to go to John Cooks. And they talk about the environment, and they talk about the service, and you know, all of that. So you've certainly had an impact across the community,
Thank you, sir.
and you should know that.
Your barbecue shop,
Yes,
is
sir.
that something that you all came up with here?
This one here took me 3 years to get right. This one here is Old Faithful. My grandfather and my great uncle them would come up with. This is the hot daddy. That's what we call it, Suge.
You call this one Shug?
Yes. That's what my grandfather used to call my grandmother.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. You got this, right? Yeah.
So-
This piece here is a keeper.
You know, and it's kind of funny, but because my
Sure.
grandmother, hey, she had a lot of fire in her, and that's why he did that.
Oh, that's great.
That is so sweet. See, your grandma was Shug, and she was a hot one.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I
sir.
love it. Is there anything that you would like to say to our viewers?
I would like to say, hey, if you want some of the best barbecue in Lawton, Oklahoma, or really in the Southwest, come to 1310 Southwest 21st Street, Lawton, Oklahoma. John and Cook's Grill Pit Barbecue.
And there it is. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you
sir.
for your time. John and Cooks is respected and appreciated across our community, Their heartfelt commitment makes them a blessing to Lawton Fort Sill. For some wonderful barbecue, visit John and Cooks at 1310 Southwest 21st Street, top of the morning.